campaign number 9. Let's see if I can get farther this time. So I've modified one of my favorite ships. I'm going to show you in a moment. Here we got this on hard. Normally you got the Honeybadger-M and the smaller one, the MU. So I took the normal Honeybadger-M and I created the new version, which is called the MF version. Now the difference here between those two is that it is 2 slots wider, has 2 extra engines, and is about 60 kilometers faster, which gives me a higher chance to actually attack smaller towns with surprise attacks. Because in previous games, I usually had to choose between the small Honeybadgers doing ambush attacks or getting the large ones, but the large ones wouldn't be able to do an ambush attack, which leads to very strategic problems in the game. Okay, so I got 3 of those, and I'm not going to get an aircraft carrier right away. I'm going to buy one later in the mission, because Honeybadgers I cannot replace, I cannot buy them in the game. So I got 3 large Honeybadgers, and I want to use 2 crocodiles and an owl recon carrier. I got 25k left, which I'm going to use as a reserve for buying other things. Okay, let's see. I'm keeping the radar off most of the time. Now the first thing I want to do is I want to modify the Sevastopol a bit for higher fuel efficiency. I'm going to throw out the large gun. Because if I end up in a fight where the Sevastopol has to shoot itself, then it's already really bad. So right now I'm going to bank on the extra money I get from this. And I'm going to upgrade it with smaller anti-aircraft systems later. And I'm going to remove some ammo. Sorry, armor pieces. That's to increase the fuel efficiency. Because I think fuel is eating a lot of my campaign money. And you don't notice that at first when you start playing, but after a few hard campaigns, I noticed a lot of fuel gun missing. Yeah, that's not too bad. I'm just selling all of that. I'm going to remove the radar. I probably won't use it in the game anyway. In hard campaign, most of the time I just use the island, and from the island you can infer where the enemy is going to be along the route, so I rarely ever use radar on hard. So I'm going to sell this one. I still have some smaller radars. Okay, now, any other modification I want to do? I could add some drop tanks. No, we can't buy tanks over here. As you can see here, I put an extra engine here and here, and I had to extend the armor 1 piece. And each armor piece really eats at your fuel thrust to weight ratio. So I removed some of the armor corners in here and the armor corner in here and put an extra hull piece in. It won't stop much, it's just a small amount of extra protection. Because I needed extra bit of speed to get about 66% ambush capabilities. Okay, and now we get some fuel. Now I'm only getting enough fuel to get to the next fuel storage, so I'm going to take this much. Because my goal is to go only to refuel at fuel storage, if I manage to do that. Okay, let's see. And the first guy is far west of Ur, so it's probably up here. Okay, repairs are done. Here we go. It's exciting playing this after a week again. I noticed the player numbers drop for this game a lot, but I think it's just nothing like it. It gives you that accessible real-time combat, but you also get that strategic layer on top of it, without having to play a flight simulator. Okay, here we go. Let's send in the badges. I can see 52%. Now I'm going to wait until it's nighttime. And I get about 6%. Now it's evening, I can see it gets darker. That's an ambush. Now, the paradox problem I have with my Honeybadgers is that in ambush missions, the targets start below me. Which means sometimes I can't get down fast enough to get protected from the other side, because one good salvo in the exposed parts can ruin the ship, and it can ruin the campaign, so I have to be really fast about this. That's the best explosion in this game. It's like an ammo explosion. See, what I really like about this game is how it keeps the proportionality between explosions. You have the small explosions, you have the large ones, but the game doesn't spend all its intensity on making every explosion huge. It keeps it for only the largest detonations, which is ammo explosions and fuel explosions. And the cool thing is, if you look at here, if you don't mind the explanation, you see the fragments flying out. When I unpause the game, you can see that they accelerate up to here, and then they stop, and then they just fall down. Because the shockwave dissipates as the air pressure from the outside aligns itself. And the guy who made this game, they really paid attention to how explosions work in real life. And I think there's no other game on the market that has explosions like this. It's just wonderful. Okay. Beautiful, look at this. Yeah. Well, that went well. Okay, guys told me in the comments I should pay more attention to get the right stuff out of here. So I'm going to take crew protection first. Okay, only this one left. Okay, what do we have here? This Wasserboat is actually not damaged, it just counts the missing pieces as damage. Yep, allow the slave trading. This is a fuel storage, so I'm going to spend a lot of money on getting fuel out of this. But I think the fuel storages, they usually have about 40% lower fuel prices. And considering how short I am on money, I'm all the time. I think it's really worth it. Okay, I'm taking some aircraft bombs. Those are just for when I get aircraft. Okay, shipbox. Now I'm just going to put one extra hull piece on so the game recognizes the ship was modified. Okay. Far west of us, so that's the friendly has to be over here.
Warning, radar emission detected.
Okay. My guess is it's a strike group moving in that direction. Or maybe it's a prize ship with the radar activated, because normally the prize ships don't fly around with the radars on. Okay, so what I'm going to do is send a plane out. Wait for the circle to intersect. Okay, that's good. We got a strike group that's parked. So we send those back. And the good thing is I got my crocodiles, which are loaded with R3 missiles. They're really fast, however, they cannot attack moving targets. They're going to hit fixed targets. I'm going to fire a whole complement of 3 of them right into them. This is the best way to get a strike group well down the ground, not where I am. Here we go. They're going to expand the anti-aircraft missiles. Didn't expect this one to go down. They're coming in quick succession, so they won't have time to reload this all the time. Come on. Okay, this is irritating. I've lost 3 out of 6 I'm going to fight those. Might seem as a waste, but on hard difficulty, I'd rather have a dead strike group than not spending the missiles on the wrong target, or on the wrong target rather.
Target destroyed.
Yeah, good hit. I think there was a Cormoran. It's a Bore. Sort of my arch nemesis in this game. Also the most annoying enemies in the game, because they keep shooting at you even if they're half dead. That's a missile cruiser. Yep, Bore's gone. Yeah, they got ruined so bad I can't even get them with the Honeybadgers now. I'd actually do that. I'm going to attack with Honeybadgers. Lie right at them. I could even take my recon plane and drop a bomb on their roof. Well, I'm not sure how many hours it takes them to rearm the missiles. So while I'm refueling, I'm going to send 2 of my Honeybadgers. Wait, what time is it? It's still daytime. Okay, now it's nighttime. 2 Honeybadgers, you go here. The other Honeybadger can't reach it. Now we wait. Oh, they spotted us. Okay, I gotta get below them and chop them to pieces. I mean, that's what the thing was built for. Here we go. Oh, I'm above them. Oh, that's bad, that's bad. Oh, that's critical. It's a good thing with that much firepower. You can take out the small ships like instantly with one good salvo. Ooh, that was beautiful. That was just comedic. As you can see, 180 millimeters, they fly much slower. However, the larger the caliber, the more straight it flies. The straight up rather it flies. And the smaller the caliber, the more spread you get. You get more volume of fire at close range, but at long range you just won't hit that much. Hey, this one looks tough. Nimrod, is that a new ship? I haven't seen that one.
The enemy has been destroyed.
It went well, however, I'm just annoyed that I lost 6 missiles on that strike group. Okay, crew protection. Now, the main problem I'm having here is I have no idea what's going to happen in the next few seconds. Probably a lot of missiles coming at me. Okay, what do we want? Let's take fuel tanks. And a gold elephant. Okay. Which means they know I'm here. Yeah, still landing. Haven't won those in a while. That's some really fat bonus you get over here, 105%. Looks majestic the way it lands. Look at all these the exhaust fumes.
300 meters. Throwing it ready. Touchdown confirmed.
Yeah, I think I buttered that one, as they say in aviation. Okay, you guys need to get some fuel to get back to the main fleet. Buying some bombs. Anything good to get over here? Man, I could put some extra fuel tanks in on it as a drop tank. If they get destroyed in combat, I don't care much for it. But then again, the other one doesn't have it. Yeah, I'm not going to experiment with that right now. Okay, we got fuel. Now the main fleet is going to move up here. You guys done? Okay, so... I mean, I don't have to move them off the city. I just have to move them right next to the city or something. You're just gonna park ourselves over here. And the Honeybadger goes... Wait for nighttime. I think that was a good idea to boost the speed of the Honeybadger. I think I found a good medium between the firepower and the cost and actually still being able to do an ambush. Should be easy if I don't screw it up. So one player told me in the comments about the last mission, I should fire my flares earlier, so they're further away from the ship. When the missile comes in, it has a target that it can get interested in earlier. Because often I make the mistake, I fire my flares out. And the way I set up my flare dispenser, sometimes it just leads the missile into the ship or through the ship. So thanks for the tip. Ah, come on. What the hell? You can see, you can see the missile.
The enemy has been destroyed. The enemy has been destroyed.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Okay, this one looks useful. And the rest we do auto. Now it's a 130mm gun, and I like to replace my 100mm with 130s on the Honeybadgers, so I can get the firepower higher in the campaign. Because if I build a Honeybadger with only 130s, it will cost me at least 42,000 per ship. Yeah, let's do a landing. Let's do one. When I first saw this game, it was actually in July, before it released. I never heard of the game before, and I just saw this sequence where you could land your ship like physically like this, and I'm like, I want to buy this game. I had no idea about the radar systems and all of that. I just bought it because I saw that scene.
300 meters.
It just feels so amazing the way the physics drags the ship down. I think my landing gear is a bit too weak for that ship. Sometimes it snaps if I land too fast. 19 hours, and what the hell? Just for the armor pieces. Yeah, well, I got time. 130, I'm taking the 130. Okay, now it's probably our friend, what's his name? Okay, he's Elim, which is, I think, the ethnicity that's not my own. I think my crew is Romani, I think. And somebody told me in the comments that if their name is Russian sounding, it's Romani, and if it's more like Afghan, Persian type sounding, it's Elim, if I understood this correctly. I actually don't know what the empire is. Oh, you can actually mouse over. I had no idea you could mouse over. Okay. Glory to Geralt. No, let's try that. You like that? Okay. Yeah, okay, this is going well. I got fuel, getting extra fuel. Oh, for emergencies, I'm getting some of those, because in a campaign, I rarely ever need anti-aircraft missiles that much. Only 1 or 2 times I usually send my own planes to attack the enemy planes. If I have to do that, something went wrong with my tactics anyway. Okay. Let's see, do we have a strike group coming? Yeah, they're coming, but they got no, they're actually not coming. They have no orders to get to me. That's a missile carrier group. Now, missile carrier groups are interesting because they're like zombies. First, they expend all their tactical missiles. When I say tactical, I mean missiles that fly over the map. And if they know where they are, they're flying towards you with like 500 kilometers per hour. Imagine how fast those things are. They're way faster in game than it actually looks because of the scale of units. Or because you don't see actual humans running around next to them. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna get some fuel. Now the main fleet, how much fuel do you have? 5,000. Well, I could actually fly up to here if I want to. So my goal is to fly up here, stock up on missiles. Far northeast of Harran. It's probably got a friendly here or here. So I'm going to attack those two the next time. So once those guys are repaired, we go over here. Then the whole fleet moves up here. Also, if you're new to my campaigns, the crocodile and the owl, I built them to walk together. They both have really long range, like about 4,500 kilometers. And the goal is to position themselves really far away from the main fleet and ambush enemy groups if I know their position. However, I spent my missiles. I need to get some new ones over here.